Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode, we're going to be doing a bit of a follow-up to my most recent viewer donations video, which if you missed that video, you can go and check it out up in the cards, but we're not going to be talking about any of the items that were donated to me, but rather we're going to be focusing on something that I mentioned towards the tail end of that video when I was showing you guys where I store my computer hardware. I briefly touched on this box right here that I used to store some laptop hard drives, and I said it would be cool if we do a video and just kind of go through these and see what's on them, because I have not looked at these hard drives in years, and I think one of the hard drives in here came out of my very first laptop, and I think it may still have the original installation. Well, not the original installation because the laptop originally ran Windows Me, but the installation of Windows XP that I used on that laptop, and I thought it'd be really cool just to go through these and see what's on them and explore them a little bit, and that's what we're going to be doing in today's episode right here. So let's just jump right into it. So I've got the Dell Latitude D610 out here, and we will be using this laptop in today's video, and I'll explain why a little bit later on. You guys can probably already guess that we're going to be using this to we'll plug these hard drives into. So we're going to take a look at the hard drives themselves here. We've got 4 of them to look at. Now on each of the drives here, I wrote both the capacity and whether or not the drive works. So on this 100 gig drive right here, this is a Toshiba drive, and this is the one SATA drive that we have. These other 3 drives here are IDE, 44-pin IDE, and we're going to be plugging them into the internal drive slot on this Dell Latitude D610 because I do not have a 44-pin IDE to SATA adapter to use with this or with another SATA device. So we're going to start with the 10 gigabyte Travel Star. This drive here, I believe, was pulled out of my very first laptop, so I'm very excited to dive into this. You can see I wrote works but clicking. We've also got this 4 gig drive that I've not tested. This I believe I pulled out of an old Dell laptop, another Dell laptop older than this Latitude D610 that I gave away, and I just pulled the hard drive out of it before I did. So we'll set that one here. And then last but not least, we've got a dead 60 gig drive. I assume I kept this to use for parts, but I wrote dead on it. Maybe it's not dead. Maybe it actually works. We'll find out today, but we're going to start, as I said, with the 10 gigabyte Travel Star. So to do this, I'm going to flip over the Dell Latitude D610, and I've already unscrewed these 2 screws right here, which allow us to take the internal hard drive out of the system. Now we've got this little adapter here on the end that we're going to remove, and this plugs into the 44-pin IDE connector right here, which all of these other hard drives have. So we're going to take this drive out of the plastic bag here, remove that post-it note for now, and we're going to connect this like that, and there we go. And then we just need to actually put the drive into the enclosure here. So let me grab my iFixit screwdriver, and just like that, we got the Travel Star installed in the drive enclosure, and let's install the drive to the system itself and see if we can boot off of it. No boot sector on internal hard drive. What a shame. Alright, I guess it's time for Hiren's boot CD. Alright, so it looks like there's not any partition at all on this drive. I mean, there was always the possibility of it being used as a secondary drive at some point, but looks like there's nothing on it. And yep, there it is right there, 9.36 gigs unallocated. So this is a completely blank drive. And that really stinks because I have a feeling that that drive, that IBM Travel Star, came out of my old laptop because the capacity sounds about right. It actually is exactly right. So this right here is an image that I showed earlier on in this video of what I believe could very well be the exact model laptop that I used to use, my very first laptop. I'm not 100% sure of the model number of my very first laptop, but this looks very close, if not identical, to the machine that I used to use. This is a KDS computer. That's a brand that I'm sure some of you have never heard of before. They were around in, I believe, the late 90s to early 2000s, and they went defunct sometime after that. But this model name here sounds familiar to me. I just don't know of the exact model number, but like I said, it looks very close to what I used to have. And if you scroll down here on this page, this model came with a 10 gigabyte hard drive. Now, for some reason, this is a page over on recycledgoods.com. They were asking $175 for this machine, which seems quite absurd for a Pentium 3, 700 megahertz, 312 megabytes of RAM laptop with a 10 gig hard drive. Like, there's not really anything super special about this other than I guess it was manufactured by a company that's not around anymore, that was only around for, I believe, a very short period of time. Yeah, I'm recording this clip after I recorded the entire video, the rest of the video, so throughout the rest of the video I still am not really sure what drive was originally in the laptop, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, back to the video. You know what, maybe it is. Maybe it's this 60 gig Hitachi drive that's dead, but that capacity seems too large for the time period that laptop was produced. So whatever, we're gonna plug this drive in. We're gonna see if perhaps it isn't dead, but I have a feeling that it is, considering that I wrote the word dead on the hard drive. That's not a good sound. Internal HDD hard error. I mean, getting a soft error so much better. We can't do anything. The drive's dead. It's clicking. Okay, we're gonna remove that screw there. So this one is indeed dead. So we'll set it over here in the pile of doom. Now we get into the exciting thing. The not tested 4 GB drive. What is this, a Toshiba drive? Oh, it's another IBM Travel Star, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. That's not good. Internal HDD hard error. Oh, come on, really? 2 out of 3? And they're both Travel Stars. That shows you how quality these drives are. Just kidding, for all you Travel Star fanboys out there. They're gonna go, actually, it's a really great hard drive. This one isn't, though, because it's dead, so we're gonna remove it. It's dead, folks. So we got 2 dead drives. We got one that works, but there's no data on it. That's this guy right here. And we've got the 100 gig drive, the one SATA drive that works, but I have no idea what's on it. So, where's the original drive? Oh, here it is. It's way over here. Because we need something for the machine to boot off of, because we're going to be using this adapter right here. I mean, we could do this on any other computer, but since we've already got the Dell Latitude set up, let's just do it on here. We're gonna go ahead and put this one back in the computer here, and it's currently got Windows 7 installed on it. Honestly, I forget why I have Windows 7 installed on this, to be honest with you. I guess it was for whatever last video project. Oh yeah, I didn't activate this. You may be a victim of software counterfeiting. Oh no. So there's Hiren's boot CD right there. But yeah, Windows is of course letting me know that you need to activate, which I do have a Windows 7 product key. I just did not activate this here. So anyways, the moment of truth, let's see what is on the Toshiba 100 gig working drive. Wow. Nothing on it. Okay, what a surprise. So we got 2 drives that don't work and 2 drives that work, but there's absolutely nothing on it. What a really underwhelming experience here. I thought for sure we were going to have at least an install of Windows XP or something. I mean, like I said, I thought one of these came out of my old laptop. That's all I've got for you guys today. Yeah, this is probably a much shorter video than what you guys are used to, but gosh, that is really underwhelming. I was really hoping, like I said, we were going to have something to boot off of, even just a file, one singular file on one of these drives. We got nothing. So yeah, there you have it, guys. I guess that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, a much shorter video than I'm sure what you guys are used to, but hopefully you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever I upload a new video, which I do multiple times every single week on this channel. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.